All right, Nettie the Stands, impaling. It's what I do. I impale. I don't know. I wanted to do a kind of a video on my new current rig. Yes, I have a new rig. Who would have thunk it? I hear sirens. Uh-oh. I am running the Fractal FM9 on a big pedal board with all kinds of crazy stuff. Doing the indoor shows, I realized I don't want to be lugging around my big 16 space rack, my Marshall heads, all that stuff. My big pedal board, which is bigger than this thing. And I just realized I needed something. And I did a lot of research, and I used to have the AX8, the Fractal AX8 I used for smaller rigs. I really dug it, but I wasn't in love with it. A lot of people told me, hey, check out the FM9. A couple friends of mine have them here in Milwaukee, and I ordered one, and I'll tell you, I couldn't be happier with it. So yeah, this is my FM9 rig. I'm running from my wireless into a tuner because I'm using the same tuner that the bass player uses. Maybe it's just from back in the day, I was told always use the same tuner as the other band members because all tuners aren't created equally. Maybe back in the day that was the case. Maybe now it's not the case. I don't know. We use the same tuner. That's why I'm using it. Then I go into my Whammy, my Digitech Whammy DT. I use that for all kinds of different things. Then I'm going into my Dunlop wah, which I've been using forever. It's a spring-loaded wah where, when you step on it, it turns on. When you step off of it, it turns off. I use that rather than the expression pedal that I had because this rig eventually is going to turn into a much larger rig come the spring and summer months next year. I'll do a video about that when that happens, but imagine this pedal board along with two Marshall heads, big 16 space rack, couple of 412s. It's gonna get nutty next year. But for the wintertime months, indoor shows, I use this, and I'm not using right now I'm using a cab block because I'm running right from the FM9 into my mic pre's, into my computer. No other EQing, no plug-in type stuff. So what you're hearing from the FM9 is going direct from the FM9 into my mic pre's, into my computer, into the camera. So that's what you're hearing. Live, I don't use a cab block. I run from the FM9 into right now I'm using my PV Classic 5050 tube power amp because my Fryet 292 started making some funny noises, so I have to have that looked at. So I'm using my PV 5050 stereo power amp into a hardwired orange bottom, hardwired stereo, X pattern, old vintage Marshall logo vintage 30s, and old Celestion G12 T75s, X pattern. The Marshall logo vintage 30s are the speakers that get mic'd up, and I use a pair of Sennheiser E609s. So this is my current rig. I got like 3 main presets. 8 scenes in the different presets, a couple of kooky sounds going on, and I just thought I'd do a video and tell you, show you what it sounds like. So this is how I got it set up. Probably not running as much gain as I usually have run. It seems like the older I get, whereas maybe some guitar players want to add more gain to make things a little bit easier. You know what I'm talking about. It's a little easier to play when you have more gain going on. I kind of went the opposite direction. I like having less gain and able to hear like I can roll my volume knob down. And then even with all the way up. So it's, it's got the chunky beef. But if I want to play it softer, I can go. And it's, So yeah, this is it. My FM9 Fractal FM9 rig. If you guys, I like answering the questions. I like sharing, whatever knowledge I have on this kind of stuff. So if you want to know the different settings and such, you can ask. I may or may not answer. Depending on how I'm feeling that day. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bro? So that's my Fractal FM9 rig. Lates.